So we've talked about, in terms of motivation, that for me it's primarily spiritual, and I've talked about the fact that if you're going to, you need to decide if you think the world's a spiritual place or not. For me, it is, and so I don't really argue about that anymore. I'm not just a random collection of atoms and molecules. So once you cross that bridge, you're into the spiritual world, and then you just make your choices in terms of who you believe, what you believe. No, I know what I believe. In order to ground yourself better as a Christian, as a Christ one. I hate to use the word Christian because it's so tied into organized religions, and they seem to be the bane of everyone's existence, including mine. But the urgent thing, though, is that you need to know God better. And how do you do that? Well, it's going to be through the Bible. So maybe I'll do a screen demo on this, but what I do is I start every morning. I use some devotional packages from the YouVersion app. You can get it at uversion.com, or you just type in the Bible app to any search engine. You'll get that up. Now, in order to read those effectively, what I do is I use Apple Notes. So I use Apple for just about everything now. And I run a workflow in the morning, and the workflow pulls up a short prayer at the beginning, and I take a look at the most important point in the devotional bit that I saw that day, the most important scripture, because there's usually 4 or 5 scripture references, and then a reflection on what I think is important for me today. Normally I'm doing sort of 3 of them at any given time with 3 different groups. I then take those and put those together into a Notability notebook. Notability is another really, really great app for the iPad. I have the iPad Pro, so I use the pencil and make lots of notes in it. And in each, day's page in my Notability, I pull in a couple of great motivational quotes that I find from Quoter and the Daily Quotes, and some of those. I take a look at the most important blessings I received yesterday, and then I reflect on the whole thing and set my priorities and go forward for the day. So that's the motivation bit for today. Have a great day.